So you may wonder about my vlogs and the direction I'm going in. I have no clue. You know, my life, as I've said, has been interesting. It really has. And the fact remains is that on YouTube, I'm a YouTube freak. This is what I do, YouTube, you know. And I just posted something about a young lady. Let me see if I can find this. And you have to understand, guys, when I was a young man, a young boy, I did sports, track and field, tennis. I played a little bit of soccer, but I got kicked out off of it because I went up for a high kick and I kicked a guy in the face. And they said, no, 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 no. I played baseball. Yeah, didn't like it. It was boring. But I was sports oriented when I was very, very young. What I love is the fact that dreaming of a career, dreaming of being great at a sport, dreaming of being very good at playing an instrument or singing. I always say never give up on your dream, nurture it, and keep pursuing and going forward towards it. And I do apologize, today isn't one of my better days. I'm hoping that I can go see my Dr. Craven on the 15th. Now, I'm going to try just a smidgen of wine, and I feel bad because I don't know if I should, but I'll see how it sits on my stomach. I like a little bit of wine. I do. I don't know why. I'm just one of these people. Now, as I've said before, I can't wash my own clothes, but the company that I'm using, the washroom or something, gave me their own bag. I think what they're telling me is that if you use this bag, it'll be $30. And I have to send it out to have them to wash it because I just don't have the energy to do it. Now, this has just really brought tears to my eyes when this young girl met a professional female tennis player. This girl is basically on one arm, was born with up to here on an elbow, but it never stopped her from pursuing her dreams and moving forward. And it's a touching story. And that's what I like, is stories that, give me hope for the new generations that are coming up. They're the ones that are going to be doctors, lawyers, executives. They're the ones that are going to be the backbone of the United States and America, but not just here, but the entire world. It is our youth that's going to create the things that we have finished and moved on. Now, for me today, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got a little bit of Chinese food and it stayed my stomach pretty good. I'm really tickled. I really am. Like I said, with my gastroparesis, I have good days and bad days. Today's a good day, or I might be able to sip just a tiny bit of wine, just a little bit of wine. Now, this washroom service that I have that comes pick up my clothes to wash and they fold, I think it's going to be about $30. That's what I'm hoping. I got some more underwear and t-shirts from Walmart, and it's George product. Because I don't have a woman, so I'm not going to have a woman going, what kind of underwear you got on? Ooh, is that Walmart George? Can't you get something like Calvin Klein or something better? So it doesn't bother me at all. And I wear t-shirts now all the time. So all I do is wear t-shirts. But I like inspiring stories because it makes me feel good for young girls. There's another girl right now that is 17 that is darling, getting ready to turn 18. And I just love her, because her vlog and the fact she's getting ready, that milestone of becoming 18 years old. 18 years old. And, in America, we claim that you're an adult at 18. You know how I feel about that. But she's a darling girl with a darling life. And a lot of these young kids basically start their YouTube career because they're hoping one day they become social influencers. That's the in thing to do now, is being a social influencer. You can make a lot of money. There is a couple right now. I can't remember them, but they it's a guy that is a trans and his girlfriend. I don't know if they ever got married. I don't think so. I kind of lost interest in their channel. And then he has his brother with his girlfriend, and both of them have their own separate channels. I was looking at the house that the older couples, the trans guy. It was a girl turned into a guy, completely turned into a guy, and his girlfriend. Wow, what a house! Holy cow, what a house! And I get a kick out of the fact that there's a lot of girls right now, especially females, that are going for the apple. They want to be social influencers. They want to be up there in the millions and millions of dollars. It is now, which amazes me. Back when I was young, it was what? It was going to college, hoping that you're going to start some sort of career in something, being a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, whatever, working at a business, hoping to become an executive or a CEO. But now it's social influencing. And that's what I talked about the warning band. Everybody's sitting there going, what is it about YouTube? You keep talking about the warning on YouTube. YouTube can make them a lot of money. Talk to Sabrina Carpenter. It can make you a lot of money, and it's a great publicity. And the warning band gives you so much for free. You can go to their channel, and it's free, guys. And you can look at all of their great music. And as I said, the warning band, I have my eye on them, and they're growing as a band, just like Freeze the Fall is. And their writing ability, Freeze the Fall's writing ability is amazing. It really is. But when you have a band, you have to, basically, you got to go with the times. You can't stay in one rut. Because if you stay in one rut, you're going to lose fans, and your album sales go down. You got to continue to progress forward. That means you need to get more mainstream music that is popular today, that sells, music that is in the top 10 of the Billboard Top 100. Now, granted, I saw something about Sabrina Carpenter. Of course, she's at the plateau now, that she's got great writers that write songs for her. Because she's a performer. She gets out and she performs. So like I said, guys, it's about 10 till 7. And I'm going to try a little bit of wine. I enjoyed my Chinese food. It's been a long time since I've gotten any. Wonton soup. Guys, I used to work for, is it the Carolina Building Group? Something like that. And I remember I worked in Matthews at, was that Sam's? Or Costco? I can't remember. But I remember for lunch, I would go up to a little Chinese food place, and I'd go in there, and it's cheap. I'd get me some wonton soup with noodles and be eating it. Guys, I'm still happy that I'm alive, and the fact remains is that I love inspirational stuff like the one I just posted on Instagram. It is fantastic to see a young girl who is, her limitations are not stopping her. And she's a beautiful person inside and out. Parents, I ask you to nourish your children. Feed into their dreams of what they want to be. Nourish it, love it, and give them everything that you can to help them get where they need to be. I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog, and tomorrow I'm going to call, get my clothes washed. And guys, I just like the vlog. On YouTube, I'm never going to be monetized, and I don't really care if I'm monetized. That's not why I'm doing this. I just do it just for the heck of it. Peace, guys.